Mhm. The ritualistic waiting for Twitch to wake up and start going. Mhm. The ritualistic waiting for Twitch to wake up and start. Oh no. Okay, good. Oh, oh, did you? Hello? Oh no.
Okay, now we're good. I don't know what happened. My mic just, like, wasn't picking up, but it picked up when I streamed earlier today.
Huh.
I'm pretty
Weird.
sure it did, at least. God, if it
Huh.
didn't.
That would be weird.
Maybe that's why people
Oops.
are watching. They couldn't hear me. Like, my mic's on, everything's on, it just... What happened to the default audio source?
Huh. So I've had OBS do that sometimes where it'll just like change the sound settings I've set and then
Yeah, there's
stuff
like...
just won't work. It's
For
weird.
recording, I have 4 input sources from my headset for some reason when there should only be one. Like, this headset does not have a stereo mix. Why is there a stereo mix, a line option, an SPDIF interface? Like, none of those, like, there's like things with this headset. Why are they being picked up? Is this a new Windows 10 update? Windows 10. Has everyone
Windows
been
10.
seeing that new meme where it's like Windows 10 killing another, like, or like a working computer and it's like Windows 10 update? Because that makes me assume there's a Windows 10 update. Let me just
Yeah. Whenever something breaks, you just
disable
assume it's Windows 10.
all these fake inputs.
Yeah.
There we go. You're safe. Alright. Damn, I could have ate the whole time. No one would have known. We almost had our second half of the secret episode.
Oh, almost. We were so close. Nearly had it. But yeah, we're back again. Shenanimegans, Season 5, Episode 7.
Starting off
Back
on a
at
good foot.
Yep. Starting off the show we do every week with technical problems. Yeah, we're here
That's most
again.
shows.
Yeah, true. Technology is hard. It never works properly.
But technology can also be used to fix things like bears.
Yes, it can be.
Look at that! Look at that! What a good segue.
Yeah.
Nailed.
Yeah. So yeah, the Golden Kamuy announced that their Blu-rays and DVDs are getting delayed by a month, but also that they're going to be working to fix some stuff.
Bears.
And hopefully, I thought about it some, and I realized that they might actually mean some of the 2D animation, because in the first like 2 or 3 episodes, it was some rough stuff. It's gotten better since then, and I haven't really noticed any issues other than CG stuff. But
yeah,
I'm wondering if they might fix that stuff from early on.
I remember in like the second episode, there's an early walking scene that looked really awkward at the very beginning of the episode, and then the rest was okay. But
yeah, it's only ever been little bits here and there, but I thought about it. It's like, it's probably actually going to be fixing the small stuff like that.
Fix the bears.
Oh God,
they probably would have had time to fix the regular stuff, because like most Blu-ray have time to fix up. They're always fixed up by then.
Yeah.
The animation. To need extra time, it needs to be something big, which is probably like the fire, the bear, the weird 3D assets. The 3D fire asset was so bad.
It was awful. Oh.
It's almost worse than the bears, because it's like...
It looks like they just found like a GIF of fire and then just pasted it over the
PS2 game.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So terrible.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Yeah, not okay.
But it might become okay, let's hope.
Hopefully.
Also, those shorts you had mentioned previously, they're going to be in the Blu-ray release. So, well, the Japanese Blu-ray releases.
Yeah.
We don't know about the Funimation one. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
So, after
that, in other Golden Kamuy news.
Oh yes, there. OVA. Is it by the same studio? Geno Studio.
Maybe.
Is the one making the current one.
I think they are.
It doesn't say who's making this. If it's not Geno Studio, maybe they'll have good bears. How embarrassing would that be if like an OVA comes out at the same time and looks way better?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Huh. Well, it says it's the looking at the wrong thing now. They'll animate the Baruto no Yujinbo arc. I have no idea what that is. I don't even know if you know what that is. There might not be the English anime or English manga might not be that far.
The English is not. Well, so you don't want to
Yeah.
spoil yourself by knowing, so.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because this is the type of series, if you know what the name of the arc means, you'll probably have a really good idea of what's going on. Because it is a historical timepiece series, right? So.
Oh, yeah. That's true. So, yeah, there's an OVA coming. So that's cool.
Yeah. And more anime coming.
Yeah. The game To the Moon, the little indie game, is going to be getting an anime adaptation.
Was this a Japanese indie game?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what surprises me that it's getting anime. Though it has happened before, like Deltora Quest got an anime. That's Australian, I believe.
Yeah. It's Freebird Games, which are apparently Canadian. Yeah.
Actually, Canada makes lots of anime. It's weird.
Yeah. Canada makes all the best anime.
Well, let's see. We got Spider Riders. Us, Argentina, and Japan made Cyber Sticks.
Yeah.
We did the live-action Gundam G Savior movie that fans refused to acknowledge its existence.
Very good.
Canada just does a surprising amount of stuff with Japan. I guess we have pretty decent animation studios in Montreal, especially 3D studios, because Montreal's kind of like our country's largest game development area, so there's like really good 3D assets you can get there. So
yeah,
Canada used to be the biggest like animation name in television. We had a series called Reboot, and it was the first show that was like fully 3D and could afford to be fully 3D.
Yeah.
Which I've mentioned other shows they made, like Shadow Raiders and stuff, which is by the same studio. Now the studio just makes Barbie shows, but like at the time, their rendering software is so far ahead of every other companies, no one could compete, which is kind of a cool thing to think about. Like, they revolutionized 3D CG television shows. And now that's just everywhere. And now it's happening in Japan, and they're like, it looks garbage. There's some that Reboot almost looks better than, honestly. At points like those bears look like they could come out of Reboot.
Yeah.
Skull and Camry bears? Ooh.
Ooh.
But no, it's cool to see how the medium's evolved.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool.
But yeah, that's really cool to me that, like, studios are picking up indie games from, like, other countries and stuff, and, like, we are making an anime about this.
Yeah. It's really surprising that this is being done now, because To the Moon is from, like, 2011, 2012. So that's interesting.
It's
and
a joint Chinese-Japanese adventure. My guess is it's probably a Chinese backer, a rich Chinese backer who really liked the game and has been working for a while to be able to get a studio to agree to it, and they just did now.
Yeah, they're saying there's a significant budget somewhere above that of 2016 anime hit Your Name. So that's quite a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know that. Yeah, we already know it'll have strong writing because that game's real good. But to know that they're going to have a big budget for good animation.
Yeah, and they're keeping the original creator on for script writing and consultation. So yeah.
It's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, it's cool seeing more like global kind of mixed sources for, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
This next piece I actually got an email about because I funded Gunsmith Cats. Yeah, the author Kenichi Sonoda is now, since that was successful, trying to crowdfund to create a Bean Bandit anime, which his Bean series was actually more popular than Gunsmith's Cats. I think it actually had an original anime
Hmm.
ages ago, and they're trying to make a new one.
Yeah, they're making a 5-minute short, or they would like to.
Yeah, I never got around to cause he was like pretty big at the time for like those crime series, Super
Hmm.
American crime series. I never got to read Bean Bandit or Gunsmith Cats. I've only seen the OVA, but I've wanted to read Gunsmith Cats, the manga, forever. And I
Yeah.
really hope these projects keep funding because like Gunsmith Cats is really fun. It's aged. There's definitely parts of art that are very aged, but it's still a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Like it's the super 80s 90s style cop show. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I I hope these things keep getting funded because if this is all getting funded, maybe the manga will, maybe other creators will be able to take this route and get their works funded as well. You know, it
Hmm.
shows good signs to the community and creators if there are alternative ways for funding that are working.
Yeah.
So,
Looks like they're already at 100,000 out of 135,000
not bad, but
US dollars. Yeah.
135,000 seems. Oh, they're trying to get the 5 minute short first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Then if,
and they have Bean Bandit, and then Raleigh and Minnie May are actually from Gunsmith Cats, because the two series
mhm.
are in the same universe and actually cross over, so,
Oh, cool.
yeah, that's pretty neat that they're gonna hopefully be in this if it goes.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
Hopefully, it looks like that's probably going to be funded. So looking forward to that.
yeah. Uh,
And it's the next news story. I put this in here just so I can talk about Land of the Lustrous more because
yeah,
it's going to be on High Dive,
yeah,
and Land of
because
the Lustrous is the best show of last
Amazon
year.
has definitely given up on their streaming. Anime
Yeah.
Strike's dead, they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Which,
They.
thank God, the evil is defeated. No double paywalls. Now we just have to
Yeah.
beat Netflix, but Netflix doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Although they
Netflix
have been
doesn't care.
getting some of their series out at better times now, like what is it? The Violet Evergarden. Not in the
Yeah.
U.S. Everywhere but the U.S. It came out on
Yeah.
release for whatever
Yeah.
reason, so I got to watch
Oh.
it. So they're starting to work towards getting better,
Hmm.
at least.
Yeah.
Possibly. The other thing is how far ahead was that production completed animation wise for them to
Hmm.
be able to do whatever they need to do ahead of time because it is such a technical piece that's been in the works for so long.
Hmm.
It's not like other airing shows where they're finishing episodes like into the airing time that happens often with anime. I think
Yeah.
most of it was finished before it started airing, so which
Hmm.
is more commonplace now too. More shows are able to do that. Like what was that one a while ago? Um Real Life or whatever? It was completed
Hmm.
before the first episode aired and then the whole thing got leaked a week before it was supposed to air. So
Oh.
they just put
Whoops.
it all up on Crunchyroll at the time streaming and we're like,
Hmm.
yeah, just at least do it here where money's going back to the creators.
Hmm.
Which I remember that happened and yeah, not all anime is created as it's ongoing. Some is. Some you can tell is, like
Yeah.
Maishin Meishin, but
Oh god, that show. Yeah. 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 If you're in the US or Canada, watch Land of the Lustrous. Best show of 2017. I
yeah,
was going to
now
say best show of 2018, but it didn't air in
that's
2018.
only like
It's still,
$4 for High
yeah.
Dive. It's like
Yeah.
$4, and you get a ton of dubs and stuff too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That also gives me more hope for other series to come over. Which I'm also guessing Land of the Lustrous I think was picked up by Sentai Filmworks, so that would be why as well.
Hmm. Cool.
I just want to double check. If you search up Land of on Mal, it doesn't come up with
Yeah.
Land of the Lustrous' anime. It came up with like a Naruto movie. I had to go to the manga.
Yeah. Yeah. Searching English names on Mal does not always go well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Sentai Filmworks picked it up, so
okay. Cool.
they got that and Made in Abyss, like the two best shows of that year.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
two of, but hands down some of
yeah.
the best. Like they're gonna make a ton off Blu-ray sales when those come out. They'd better
Hmm.
both have deluxe box sets too. Like those are
Yeah.
two series that deserve it and will make a ton of money off it, right?
Oh yeah.
When you give like Land
Definitely.
of the Lustrous, you can put like maybe a fake gem thing in,
Oh,
some
I hope they do.
soundtrack, some other stuff.
I hope that they make them like the Japanese Blu-rays look like, 'cause they have really nice
Mm-hmm.
cases and they're gorgeous. Oh,
That'd be cool, yeah. And then Made in
I've
Abyss, you can have like an explorer's notebook and a map and soundtrack
yeah.
because that soundtrack's amazing.
Hmm.
There's a lot of stuff that could really sell those and make a ton of
Yeah.
money.
Hopefully they do that
Sentai, I
stuff.
hope you're listening.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Then next news thing, someone that we actually were talking about last week, Mitsuo Iso, came up. I forget why we started talking about him, but he has come out of retirement or somewhat to
Um,
work on a new project.
Less
Yeah.
retirement and more hiding. He
Yeah.
finished Denocoil years ago and then just disappeared. People didn't know if he was alive or dead for a while. He showed up in France and people were like, I guess he's in France now. Occasionally he'd do work on anime, but he'd like never get himself credited. So you'd just be like, that's definitely a Miso Iso cut. There's no one credited for this cut. That's him. He's still alive
Mhm.
and he did this cut for this show for his friend, the director, or something. He was just like
Yeah.
this weird enigma who disappeared. And then just a while ago, he started showing up at animation convention stuff again, like
Hmm.
doing panels
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's like, I guess he couldn't stay away. He wanted to come back. So he's back and he's doing a new show. It's an
Hmm.
original. Deno Coil is an original and really interesting. And I'm excited to see a new original from him because he does weird
Hmm.
stuff. And this is like, he always does weird sci-fi stuff. Like Deno Coil was like that augmented reality show where augmented
Yeah.
reality becomes commonplace. And this is where internet and AI are commonplace even in space.
Hmm.
It's about children stranded on a large scale, or on a space station, and using networking and a drone, they can manipulate through smartphones and low intelligence AI to like get through stuff, which sounds really interesting. Like it's using technology to problem solve and get around stuff
Hmm.
and like survive with it. I've noticed something really interesting about sci-fi stuff, right?
Hmm.
There's like the three forms of sci-fi. We're fucking doomed.
Hmm.
Like technology is going to destroy us, which is a very American focused ideal. Like it's
Yeah.
very. And then there's some people who have the whole it's going to save us. Everything's going to be good. And then you have Japan, which has this really interesting take where it's always like sci-fi is going to help us get through a disaster. Like a disaster is going to happen.
Hmm.
It's not like it's going to prevent the disaster or it's going to cause the disaster, but it's like Japanese sci-fi, a lot of it is how is this technology going to help us handle the disaster once it happens. I've noticed that a lot. Like there was
Yeah.
the earthquake one, and I think a tsunami movie and stuff
Hmm.
like that that were coming out. There's like a lot of those.
Hmm.
Copelian even is like post-nuclear, and it's like using technology to like create super soldier people who could like get through it and stuff. Like it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That is cool. I
It,
hadn't thought
it
about that before.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting that it seems a lot more common in like Japanese sci-fi creators, but it also makes sense because like as much as Japan is this huge technological hub, they also got nuked twice. Like they've seen both sides of technology and what it can do.
Hmm.
Whereas a lot of countries haven't, and they're blind optimists or blind pessimists, and it's.
Hmm.
I feel like it's a very interesting look because it's probably the
Yeah.
most realistic.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I think so. But yeah. I'm gonna be looking forward to this. That pitch sounds really cool.
The studio that's animating it too did
Mm-hmm.
Adam the Beginning, which the
Okay.
animation for that was actually really cool. They had some really nice shots. They also did the animation for Recovery of a Mo Junkie, which was nothing amazing, but it's decent, and Napping Princess, which I haven't seen. I haven't heard
Yeah.
much about, but it's a movie, so.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I've heard that name a couple times before.
Actually,
But
is that even out yet? Release date. Okay, it came out March 18th in Japan.
ah,
Oh no, it's 2017. I'm looking at these
oh,
dates wrong. It was,
oops.
yeah, March 18th, 2017. So it came out a year ago. I
Okay.
missed the year. I'm just like 3/18. Okay, March 2018.
Yeah.
No, there's a 2017 first.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Looking forward to that for whenever that gets anything done. Whenever that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's his first new original anime. The first anime he's officially worked on since like 2007. Like, it's been 11 years. It's a decade. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
I'm
wild.
super excited to watch it when it comes out.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. So,
And
wanna,
one last news thing.
uh, so Genlock, Rooster Teeth's new series, has officially cast Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
to voice the lead character. He played Killmonger in Black Panther, so damn, that's a big name.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah. It's a big get for them.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Genlock. I like mecha stuff. It's cool to see more Western
Mhm.
takes on mech stuff, because there aren't many. There's like Voltron, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I don't really follow Rooster Teeth very much outside of a little bit of Ruby stuff, so I'll probably actually check this out. Just knowing what it is now sounds kind of cool. Yeah. I'll have to keep an eye on that then.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't actually follow Rooster Teeth as much as people would think.
Mm-hmm.
I mainly follow Ruby, and then I'll listen to some of the podcasts at work for like Time Killer. But
Yeah.
after fan service died, well,
Mhm.
I've been getting a bit more into the Ruby community lately, so I've gotten to find out a lot more stuff behind the scenes, and it's like, I've heard some interesting stuff that
Yeah.
goes on. Good things and bad, but
Yeah.
that's like any company, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be issues, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Hopefully there's just more good than bad,
yeah. You can't blame, like, most of the stuff that's bad sounds more like it's from upper management, which
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the people who run their own shows and stuff, you can't blame them for that. They're just trying to, like, make a living. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, it's like, well, it's small, it's like this small original company.
Mm-hmm.
They must be all about like working together and stuff. It's like most of the people who you see are all buddy buddy have been there since the beginning. There's a lot of new hires and stuff that aren't in that same place and don't have
Mm-hmm.
the like name brand notoriety to have that security
Yeah.
that the people you always see have, and it's really hard for them to break into more upfront roles. So it's one of those things where it's like any company, there's a public face and a back face, and
Mm-hmm.
you can like it, but you gotta realize no company's infallible.
Yeah. Totally.
That's the same about stuff like Crunchyroll too. Like, but also on the other side, where everyone's blaming Crunchyroll for firing people working on their team and stuff, when it wasn't them, it's their parent company, and they had nothing to, like, they couldn't control it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
both sides. Sometimes it's straight up the company, sometimes it's other stuff. It's hard to know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Totally.
But it's cool that they're getting big names now.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, but also kind of sucks because that's one of the things I liked about them was they had like these lesser known names who could like use it to get big. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have
Yeah.
a big lead you want to attract. Why not get someone big? Maybe supporting roles. You can have other people who can try to get bigger off it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
That'll
It's
be cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that was it for news this week.
Yes.
So we actually had news this week.
We had a lot of news this week. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But, go on to the stuff we read and watched this week.
Yeah, you want to go first so I can finish off this pizza pop I've awkwardly been nearing myself to eat because I haven't eaten today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So I did do a little bit of reading this week because there was the new chapter of Shirai Teki ni Shindekure was out. That was good. It's good and silly. It's a fun series. Yeah, and then the other new chapter of the thing was there's a new chapter of Goku Shufudo or House Husband. It's the story about the Yakuza guy who like quits the Yakuza and just gets married. It's very good because they went on hiatus for like a month or two, and then now they are back again. They haven't said how many more chapters are going to be, but it's very good. It was another good, fun chapter. And, that was all the reading I did this week.
I'm actually upset I'm behind on Shirai Teki no Shindekure. I'm behind. I didn't see the new chapter.
Yeah.
I missed it.
You should read it. It's cute. It's very cute.
I haven't read much manga. I've been on like looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
I read one thing, but I'll get to that on my turn. But yeah, I somehow missed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Goku Shufudo is being translated by Sexy Akiba Detectives. I actually know that Scanlation group.
Oh, cool.
I believe they were doing After Hours before it got an official release, and then they stopped because, you stop when stuff gets official releases.
Yeah.
What? Read it legally if you can. God damn.
Yeah.
Do your best.
Definitely.
I feel like Goku Shufudo probably doesn't have the best chance of coming over because it's like cultural thing, but with how big Yakuza is, it might.
Yeah.
It might be a company that tries to bank off it, because I think that's why it's gotten so popular. It's the popularity of Yakuza right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a small chance this might get brought over. I wouldn't put money on it, but there's a chance.
I mean, The Bride Was a Boy got brought over, and that's like a Pixiv web manga that I never thought was going to come over. I bought a Japanese copy because I didn't think it would ever come over, and then Seven Seas was like, well, lesbian experience with loneliness was great, let's get more like self-biography things. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank god I'm buying this twice. Supporting double the money. Go Chi. I have to refollow on Twitter because I made a new Twitter, which we'll get to at the end of this show when we're reading stuff off. You have to remember to read off the new Twitter.
Right. Yeah. I have to remember to change the show notes too, so I copy paste it for each week.
All the old weeks. I mean, the old Twitter's still around, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's an awkward place right now.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into that, but
yeah, it's a whole thing. It's
life.
Yeah. Anyway.
So anime.
Speaking of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Speaking of life.
Speaking of life, I watched anime this week.
I was hoping you watched something with life in its name. I was like, give me this transition. I'm ready.
No. Today I got caught up on Amanchu. Watched the new episode of that. And that show has gotten way more like mystical than I was expecting. Because I was expecting zero mysticism.
Yeah, the first season didn't have any mysticism.
Yeah, because like one episode, there's like it's a whole dream sequence, and the next episode is like a partially dream sequence, but it's not really clear how much is or isn't a dream. And then this newest episode has like a ghost in it that haunts their school. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's real weird. I just want him to go scuba diving. I just want him.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's really cute when it does this stuff. Like, all the dream stuff is really good and cute, but it's also
is it gay
kind of
dream
not.
Stuff?
Oh yeah, very.
Okay, I'm fine with the dream stuff. Is it a gay ghost?
Actually, no. It's a straight ghost. Because it's the ghost is a boy, and it's the redheaded sister, Ai. She's the one who encounters the ghost.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. that's the most unfortunate part. Is
I need to
that's
catch
that's
up
straight
on.
good.
I need to catch up on this. I was actually planning to
Mhm.
today, and then just didn't get around to it. I tried writing instead. That didn't go
Yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah, and yeah. Then the other thing, I watched a new episode of Golden Kamuy. That show is still good.
I like how you're more caught up on it than I am when I was the one just going on about it. I don't watch
Yeah,
anything. I'm so bad at watching stuff.
yeah. Oh, well, I'm watching a lot less, so it's easier to stay caught up on stuff this season.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's cool. I'm enjoying it. I don't know. I don't really have anything to say about it. It's just still good.
Still good.
Still good.
Any
Yep.
bears?
No bears this episode.
Then we're good. We're good.
There was a CG wolf. It didn't look that bad
CG
though.
woof?
Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Ritar.
I
The-
misheard that really bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, CG woof, like woof of what? Like something going woof woof in CG.
Yeah.
No awu.
Yeah.
Let her awu in CG.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's weird. When they have Ritar, it's like sometimes he's in CG, sometimes he's 2D animation. It's real weird. I
That's
don't know.
probably going to get changed in Blu-ray. It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing that this show has a 7.53 despite the terrible 3D CG in it, and knowing
Yeah.
how much people despise 3D CG and will not watch stuff if it has bad stuff, the fact that it's managed to keep that rating
Yeah.
and keep, like, interest in it despite the bear in the first episodes, like,
Oh yeah. It's just the writing is just so strong. It's
Yeah.
so good.
the voice acting's really good, too.
Hmm.
They did good
Definitely.
on that.
Yeah. And then the final thing I watched this week was I watched a little bit more of Maria Watches Over Us. It's just so good and comfy. And there's something I really like about that show is that it's obviously this high school drama sort of thing, but the drama never lasts for more than like an episode or two. And so there's never like this overarching like stress going on. It's all just like comfy resolution all the time. It's nice. Oh, I like that show a lot.
So you bought these
So.
because they went on sale, right?
Yeah.
Forgot to mention in the news. They announced it's not announced, but I think it's like there's a trademark or something for it, so it's pretty much announced. But Blu-rays of Strawberry.
Oh yeah.
Jack?
Yeah. Those are.
Yeah.
I think they're like up for pre-order even
Yeah,
on like stuff.
You gonna get
I might. I don't know.
I might too.
Because. Yeah.
I've never been big on the series, but I need it for my gay shelf collection. of
Yeah.
Gay anime and manga that I collect.
Mhm.
So.
Oh. Yeah. It's. I don't know because I really liked it the first time I watched it, and every time I've gone back, I've liked it less. So, but I still kind of want to get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if I'm going to get it, the first thing I should get is the light novel, because I think that's the first, and just see
Yeah.
how that goes, because it might be better in written form, because I remember the pacing was really weird and drawn out
Yeah.
in the show that made everything seem almost sinister, which
Mhm.
probably wouldn't be like that in the book.
Yeah.
Novel. Because I remember like there's just some scenes I guess they're supposed to be serene or something, but they're just
Mhm.
like super sinister feeling because it's all drawn out. Or like this feels like
Yeah.
a murder scene. Like what is going on here?
Yeah. I don't know. I have the light novels but I don't. They got reissued by a different person, by a different company, so they might have been retranslated. But I don't think the light novel is very good.
Do you have or which one do you have? Because the current ones out are by Seven Seas.
No, I don't have. It's not the current one. It was an older version of
You
it.
don't have the Seven Seas?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, because it was.
I don't know who would have had it before. Oh, it might be Tokyo Pop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's published in English by Seven Seas.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was originally
2011.
published-
Didn't
Yeah.
it get reissued recently? Was that also Seven Seas?
Yeah,
I swear I
they
saw
just
something about it.
reprinted it. They just reprinted
Oh, okay.
it still. Yeah, you can still
Okay.
buy it. They also put the manga out now too.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think those light novels are very good
All right.
because they're like just the way they're written. It's like someone who is used to working in a visual medium
Mm,
because it's all like dialogue and sound effects with very little descriptions of things, of
weird.
like descriptions of actions. It's
That sounds more like a script for like a play, like old Shakespeare stuff you'd read.
yeah, it's like not quite to that degree, but it is like it's still proper writing and everything, but it's a lot of talking and sound effects,
Yeah.
and it really seems like someone had the image in their mind of what like the manga was going to be, but they were writing a light novel instead. It's really strange. I think it's not that great.
Yeah, the
Like the
manga's
story is pretty good. Yeah,
the manga's also put out by Seven Seas. Actually, in 2010,
yeah,
um, it is 2 volumes, the same as the light novel.
yeah.
So maybe that's the best way to go, because 2 volumes seems really short.
I'm I'm gonna tell you, I've read the manga. Don't read the manga
Okay,
because
does it
it
not finish?
just it just ends.
Okay,
It's
see, I was gonna
yeah,
say that's the other thing. Does the manga just end, or does the
yeah.
anime drag you out? Because the anime is 26 episodes. Like,
So so the anime is, I think, the most complete version of the story. I don't know. I never finished the light novel, so that might be good as well. But all three of them retell the same story,
mhm.
and the manga just like cuts off like what's I think is about halfway or 2/3 of the way through for the anime.
I-
So the anime is probably the best way to consume
all
that.
right. Which sucks because I don't like the anime. But I know the Kill la Kill manga is like that too. It like finishes right after the first arc. It's like
Mhm.
3 volumes. Ends after the first arc, and it's like, oh, where's the rest?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Huh.
exist. Watch the anime, which is
Yeah.
impossible to buy on Blu-ray because it's like hundreds of dollars. It's
Yeah.
Aniplex. Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's everything I watched this
All
week.
right. So, stuff I watched. Let's see. Did
Yeah.
I even watch anything? I watched another episode of Little Witch Academia because the game came out and I bought it. I'm like, I need to finish this. Turns out I didn't need to finish it. The game set somewhere like after the first 4 or 5 episodes, so I was good.
Oh.
I haven't been spoiled yet playing the game, which I got, and I played the first hour of this morning before choking on a sausage and hurting my throat and having to cut the stream early. So I can talk again. My throat feels
Yeah.
better, like 8, 9, 10 hours later. Uh,
Oh.
actually, about 11 hours later.
Hmm.
But that show's okay. It was the good episode where Amanda like sword fights and is in like a suit, and Amanda looks good in a suit.
Yeah.
I, she
Cool.
can cut me up with a sword. She's the badass, like sporty, masculine
Yeah.
tomboy. That's like I'm a fuck you up. I'm like yes.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was fun. The animation's still good, but it's still either it needed to not be 25 episodes, or it needed to
Hmm.
not have a full plot. Because
Oh.
there's too many, it's too much of a mix of standalone stories and plot, but
Oh.
not together. And it's like,
Huh.
which is kind of awkward. And
That
the
is
fact
weird.
that they retconned the original OVAs, the original two, they're retconned,
Hmm.
not good. Because the original two are fantastic and much better storytelling than parts of this show that replace them. Like the parts that are to replace them are nowhere near as good.
Oh.
They should have
That's
left in a way where you could fit those parts in, but they didn't, and
yeah.
that sucks.
That is unfortunate.
I can
I
maybe see
wonder.
them not leaving the first OVA in, not having a spot to leave that in, because that's her
Hmm.
finding the shining rod, which they have to have in the first episode, of course. But the second one, the Halloween festival thing, they did not need to replace the festival, and then the new take on the festival is really boring and lame and
Yeah.
wasn't good.
The OVAs were a couple of years before the series, right?
Yeah, and the second one
One.
is like an hour-long movie, and it's so good. It's
Mm,
one of the most visually impressive, like visually fun things I've watched. It's
hmm.
just everything about the OVA is fun. It's fantastic.
Cool.
So I'm really salty it's retcon. But anyways, so I watched
I'm
an episode of that.
yeah. I'm just wondering if like they retconned it because they like didn't expect people to go back and watch this thing from a couple years
But
ago. Maybe
everyone, that's
I don't know.
everyone. See, the first one came out. I think it was
Yeah.
crowdfunded. Then they crowdfunded for the second one, and that got really big and super popular. And it's because of the popularity and the people crowdfunding it that the original even got like a series. Like it was all
Yeah.
built off the popularity of it. So it's not like, oh, no one's gonna go back and watch it because everyone who's watching the new series came from there. They'd already seen those OVAs.
Yeah.
That's what
Huh.
built its fan base in the first place, and that's what's frustrating that it got retconned
Yeah.
in such a way.
That's weird.
Yeah, people do that stuff. Besides that, I'm still caught up on Comic Girls. It is my end of the week savior when I'm stressed on a Thursday night. Get home, watch a cute show about a horrible, useless lesbian who is super gay and super useless.
Yeah.
House-chan is 100% a mood at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so watched that, was caught up on that. They should be closed. Watched the new Sword Art Online Gun Gale episode, which was bad. It has gone in a way that will be interesting, but I don't like. One of the reasons I liked it so much was because it was dumb fun without any real stakes. And I guess I misinterpreted something, because I thought they said if they win the tournament, she gets to meet Pito. No, they're saving that for the end of the series. It's, oh, cool, you won the tournament. Pito's now, like, obsessed. You have to participate in the next one and beat her in it, because turns out Pito was Pito, P-I-T-O. Spoilers, she's obsessed with Sword Art Online.
Oh.
She like, is suicidal,
Oh.
and, like, trying to, like, she wanted that as, like, an excuse, and she's, like, mentally unhinged or something. They went in that direction, which I'm like, this is really heavy all of a sudden, and I'm not really good with. So she's trying to make this next tournament, like, her death game. Where it's like, if we die, we die, and like saying that to like her teammate too. It's like, but they're like, you have to be the one to kill her because you're the only one who can do it because she promised you she would meet you in person if you beat her. So it's like, that's the only way, because even if she wins, they're like, she's gonna probably like still, or she's not going to feel satisfied enough because she wants to like feel the thrill or something. It's like, it's a bad plot development that didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
They brought Sword Art Online into the not Sword Art Online, and that made it bad. As soon as they brought in real Sword Art Online original, it's like, no, you've ruined it. I'm still gonna keep watching because it's still fun, but now it's just dark and gloomy, and it's like, I was expecting them to meet this episode. It was gonna be fun. There's gonna be comedy parts. It was gonna no. No, we got another episode dealing with suicide and mental health issues, and it's like, I'm not. You didn't build any of that up the first half of the series. You can't just throw that in the second half now. It's like, that wasn't what this show was built up as. I'm not ready or prepared for this.
Man, it's like that's really frustrating when a show will just like suddenly throw something at you, just a curveball. Like, I'm just not prepared for that. Yeah,
like, I'd understand if it was like 4 episodes in, 3 episodes in, like the Madoka. Like early enough, but like halfway through is a little much, I think.
Yeah.
Like, they dealt with some mental health issues, but it wasn't anything big. It was like, oh, I have a height complex. It's like, okay, I get that. That's like, realistic, but not.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell you there's gonna be any crazy stuff. But then the other thing is, at one point, the guy who's telling the main character this, Pito had once said he had the mind of a criminal. So there's a chance he's just tricking her too. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be really upset if they go that route, because it's like, don't use suicide that way. If you're gonna use it,
Yeah.
keep it. She's like, unfortunate.
Yeah. It's too bad.
Yeah. We have a new girl who's going to be showing up in it more, though, so at least
Oh.
maybe she'll shake things up and be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, so I got to rant about that. I can move on.
Hmm.
I watched the new episode of Fumikiri Jiken. They're not going to go back to the first two characters, which the entire show should have
Oh.
been about. The entire
Yeah.
show should have been about those. It got creepy as it went on. Like, it got to a point where it's like a sister with a brother complex, and the brother encourages it. That's creepy. The one about a girl who finds a guy who's like, there's the girl who's like a model now online and runs into an old classmate who's like talking about how he follows her on social media and like has her pictures as his phone background. That's creepy.
Yeah.
The one where some guy who had passed out the night before, he's in a bush saying, "Hey, I don't have pants. I can't leave. Do you have anything I can use to cover myself up?" That was really creepy. This episode wasn't as bad. It was a girl just sitting by herself trying to come up with poetry and being a huge edgelord. It was actually probably the second best episode of the series. But
Yeah.
yeah, it should have just been about the first two girls.
Totally. It should have been. It's. Oh, I'm so bummed that it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's like biggest disappointment of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Love to Triangle. Second
Well.
biggest. I didn't have any expectations going into this series, so it's not as big. Love to Triangle as expecting things from that just were never given.
I don't know. Weren't you expecting it to be trashy?
Yeah,
And it was?
but I meant plot-wise, not
Oh, okay.
execution.
Okay.
Because that execution was so garbage. It deserved better. It was pure trash, and it deserved better than that. But yeah, the last thing I watched was the new episode of Yomushi Pedal, which they're definitely going to end this season at the end of the second day of the race, for sure. Or
Yeah.
maybe slightly after, where they do, like, go to the hotel for the night or wherever, but... Still a fun show. Fun racing.
Yeah. Cool.
I like seeing...
Good bicycles.
Yeah. I like the episodes that show, like, one character outsmiting, using smites. Not just like, I have a superpower.
Yeah.
But seeing like, oh, if I trick them into this thing, I know their pride and X reasoning is going to make them do this, which will weaken them for this other final part of the race. And like, putting that into motion and stuff is interesting.
Cool.
So, yeah, a guy threw a guy on a bike. Like, literally while they're racing at, like, miles per hour, he picks a guy up and throws him and his bike one-handed.
Oh, jeez. It's dangerous.
Yeah, Monster Boy is, not a happy camper.
Yeah.
At times. But, yeah, fun show. I feel like there's something else I meant to talk about, but I haven't. I want to talk about Omen Sight, but I know that's not anime. I could play that game, though. It's fantastic.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. I
Yeah.
keep feeling like there's something more, but can't think of it, so.
Well, if you remember, we can just bring it up later.
Yeah. As I always do when I go on random tangents.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
So, we start with Key this week, you think?
Sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's go with Key. Not too much happened this episode.
Yeah, not very much. It was like good development stuff, and this episode was a lot more what I expected out of this show, of like Key trying to be an idol and like
Yeah.
going to auditions and stuff. This is kind of what I was expecting.
We got some answers. You were right
Yeah.
about them extracting the gel from people, and that they were going to do it to that one scientist who is now like dead.
Yeah.
The real Miho is in a hospital. We found that out.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a real human Miho and a non-human Miho. Real one's in a hospital.
Yeah.
Once again, we have the communication problems of him being like, hey, stay away from this agency, but not saying this other guy who's your bodyguard told you not, like, to stay away from there. It's like, just say it. Just communicate.
Yeah.
God damn. Just tell them. Tell them what he told you.
Yeah. Yeah. And, when Key and Sakura were talking about their goals, she's like, "Oh, gonna do a concert in the Megalodome," and that was enough to convince me that this show is a canonical prequel to Megalobox.
Yeah, maybe
It's like
it is.
Yeah.
Let me find the director real fast.
Yeah, it's like there's Key to Metal Idol, and then 200 years later, Megalobox happens.
Oh yeah, the director
seems reasonable.
Hasn't done anything else really. He did animation direction on Akira. That's impressive.
Ooh,
and worked on Miracle, Giants, Domukun, and Super Gals. They have done like nothing after this, but they did like all the work on this. That's the crazy thing. Original creator, director for episode 13, screenplay episodes 1 to 15, storyboards episode 1, 5, 7, 12 to 13, episode director episode 13. Huh. Oh, that's the creator. I guess they're not the overall director? I wonder if they had an overall director. Yeah. It's a OVA, so they might not have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they have a bunch of different episode directors, which might explain a bit why it's weirdly inconsistent at times.
Yeah. It was a somewhat common thing for 90s OVAs, having different directors for different episodes, and never having like one overarching person.
Yeah. I think the overarching person was the original creator, technically.
Yeah. They were like always kind of there, not necessarily in the directorial role, but always there, at least advising.
They tagged as director, but when you go to their page, it doesn't say.
Oh, and it's just like, yeah.
And there's only other episode directors. Yeah, it's director, but only for episode 13. And
Weird.
Episode directors. Yeah, I don't. Wait, this person said episode director for episode 4 only. It's like I don't think they have all the directors for the episodes for this.
Yeah, the information might just be lost to time.
Yeah, that's quite possible. Alright, well, I'm gonna believe it's a canonical prequel.
Yeah.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah. And pretty much the only other notes I have for this episode are just that I think Key's new outfit is very cute.
It is. It's very, very cute.
Yeah. I really like her having the bell on the collar. Because then it's like she's a cat because she moves around so quietly, but you need to put the bell on her to make sure you know where she is.
I think got her to put it on because of that. So she can keep track of her.
Yeah.
And we have the the one guy who doesn't want to help them, but the priest is still alive.
Yeah.
You were right about that. After getting something shot into his eye, instead of going to a hospital, he lay on his back, letting gravity pull it and the blood further into the wound, pooling and causing probably more issues while he prayed, and somehow is alive with just an eye patch literally a day later. Like,
yeah, the dude's a trooper. He's quite something.
Your God protected him, apparently. That's probably why he thinks. Yeah, I did say at one point, I think that the guy came across as he's a cult leader and he knows he's a cult leader, but he also seems to believe the stuff he's like believing in. He seems like a villain, though. At first, I wasn't sure. The way they portrayed him, like the shot composition, kind of from below, him watching them from afar with this big ass grin, it's like he's gonna be a villain of some sort.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, when he was introduced, at first I thought he was gonna be like the porn director guy who was just trying to, like, the sleazebag trying to get Key and Sakura to do work for him. I thought he was gonna be like that, and he like kind of was with getting Key to come and do cult stuff with him, but he never seemed like super awful about it. So like
Yeah.
he's not completely bad, but he's not really a good guy either.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know.
he seems very morally gray, where he's
Mhm.
trying to do stuff for the right reason and thinks he is, but is doing bad
Yeah,
things. Because like even his cult things, he's like saying like I'm preaching to them about this and this. It's not my fault that these two doctors decide not to operate on their son because they're gonna believe instead. Like how stupid are they? Like
yeah. It's like he's doing the wrong things, even if he's thinking it's for the right reasons at times.
yeah, he's like
Yeah,
refusing to acknowledge that any part of it might be his fault.
yeah. It's a really good character. It's like it's kind of the highlight of the show almost because
There's
he's
no,
just like a
there's not
complex
enough.
character.
I feel like there's not enough backstory to him to be that good of a character right now. He's more of a
Yeah,
plot piece. Like
yeah,
he's there to move the plot, which, nah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Did we figure too much out this episode? The
yeah.
robots are being controlled by one of the other two scientists who seem very not happy about it.
Yeah,
they were,
they seem to know that that's bad news.
yeah, they were all happy that the other guy got fucked, but now they're like, oh wait, now it might
Like,
be
wait,
us.
yeah.
He's not around to take the fall anymore.
Hmm.
Oh, right. There's the whole deciding Miho's new song, and the
Oh
guy
yeah,
pulls out a tape and he says, "This is a really weird song with weird origins. I bet you anything that's Key's song. It's a
yeah,
song through the radio, which I swear also is Key, and Key's going to perform at one point. And they're gonna be like, you stole it. It's like, no, that's the original singer.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like,
Because at one point in the episode, they were that that song, the key song, actually started playing.
yeah,
I think that was supposed to imply that that was them listening to
yeah.
the tape. If they didn't really
I
show it. So,
actually think the other option is Miho tries to sing it and it causes
mhm.
like some huge disaster
Oh
issue
yeah,
type thing.
yeah. Because that song plays like after Key has done something,
So
after like
yeah.
Key activates.
Oh,
So,
also during the audition where she's standing in the back seemingly frozen, the guy's
mhm,
looking between the sheet and the gray-haired image and seeing her with brown
yeah,
hair, and she always has brown hair when stuff is happening. And that's also
yeah,
around the time the music is playing, so potentially they're playing the tape, and because the song is playing, for whatever reason,
yeah.
in that moment, she's becoming, like, human again and confused.
Hmm.
And maybe that's like the magic behind if you are 3,000 friends, because it's like if people listen to your music and your song and play it constantly,
Yeah,
as long as someone in the world is playing it, or something like that.
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Also, she does seem to be acting a bit more human, even while gray-haired. Like she has
Hmm.
that whole line to the guy where he's like, "You're being like you're really self-important," and kind of
Hmm.
almost laughs to herself and like jogs off, which isn't
Yeah,
something she would do before.
yeah. It's like she is being more human, but she's still not totally there because the guy was like confused when she said he was self-important. He's like, Did she mean this?"
Yeah.
And so it's like yeah, she's like more human, but still not quite
Yeah,
there. But
it's just like
getting
it's
there.
starting to show,
Yeah, that is cool.
which is probably in point for trying to become an idol too. It's going to need to
Hmm.
push more into that realm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of it for this episode, though. Looking forward to next week.
Can't think I have anything else.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of dialogue about stuff we already knew and stuff
Hmm.
that then they would like talk about, then show a scene about, then talk about again. Like
Yeah.
when he's saying like, "Oh, don't go with them. That this company literally only exists to support Miho."
Hmm.
Then they have the scene where they're basically just showing it, but then they have the
Yeah.
tape in that scene at least, which makes it somewhat
Yeah.
interesting. Also, Holy Ajo is a dick. It's just like, look at all
Yeah.
these top artists have written songs where it's like, hey, secretary, you want to write a song? Let's go. Like,
Yeah. It really shows that Ajo seems to like weirdly not care, but like I don't know, that's such a weird thing. He's such
yeah,
a weird
his
character.
personality's all over the place. Like, 1 second he won't care at all,
Yeah.
1 second he'll be freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with him, like where that character goes in this,
Yeah.
because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still really curious what his ambitions are, because he's
Hmm.
clearly supposed to be the big villain.
Yeah,
But we don't know
'cause-
what
Well,
he's doing yet. We have no idea even, besides abusing his singer and trying
yeah.
to, we assume, kill the other professor to get whatever that power box was.
hmm Yeah, I think he's just trying to like make the robots or like to make them as good as he can because there was at in the very beginning of the first episode, he was like in a meeting like pitching these like war robots to people or
Yeah, but
something.
that was when they were talking about the battery that I think they're saying they needed to get from the
There was like some part that they needed to get in, they had to like smuggle it in or something.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's like I don't know.
maybe.
Like that's kind of the only motivation he has is like trying to perfect these robots, but
Yeah, I think he's
then
just
I don't know what's up with.
obsessed.
Yeah, he's just obsessed with making these robots, but then that doesn't really explain the music industry stuff.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
what's
know.
up with Miho, who
Yeah,
might be his daughter,
maybe.
because he
I don't
he
know.
calls the robot his daughter, but he calls all of them his children. So maybe, but it
Yeah,
might also
like
literally be his daughter. We don't know.
yeah,
I hope it's
yeah,
not. That's really creepy.
yeah. That would be.
Audra is very, very creepy.
I could see them doing it just to really double down on Ajo being a scumbag.
Yeah, he's a creepy scumbag. Stay away.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Should we go to Megalobox then?
Sure.
Episode 7? Yeah.
Boy, we were wrong about the way the show is gonna go.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that
Yeah.
this episode. The opening
Yeah.
scene, that song, fantastic. That was
Oh
such a good
yeah.
song. The scenes I felt were a little poorly chosen. Like they were trying too hard to make him look popular.
Yeah.
Like the scene of
Um,
the girl getting the tattoo, then them passing by
yeah.
what's his name in the hand moving. It's like it was so bad, but at the same time also nice biker lesbians. Like you cannot
Yeah.
tell me those two girls were not a couple.
Oh yeah,
Hands
totally
down.
are. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I really like that. I thought like it was maybe kind of overdoing the like look how popular he is, but also I think it worked. Like
Yeah.
that's like it
Most of
worked
it
for
is
me.
good. It's when they then started showing the tattoo. It's like the first is like okay, then they pull up in front of the other guy, like
Yeah.
the junk dealer, and like just
Oh
slowly
yeah.
move the hand away. It's like that one scene. I was like, no, you've gone too far.
Yeah.
Calm it down there. Calm it
That was
down.
just goofy. Yeah. Um I thought I really liked that they had to change Joe up to make sure that he wouldn't move around too much, that he would stay and rest.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
as if he can't even undo. It's
yeah.
barely done up around his leg. He's like, come on, undo it. But I guess he couldn't lean over right.
Yeah.
Um, Also, we got the interesting thing that they're funding themselves by like selling food and a meal to watch him train to just
Yeah.
random people because they're still
Mhm.
under the bridge. Which I wonder if people are going like, oh god, these guys are actually really poor. What the heck? Is that
Yeah.
why he doesn't have armor? Yeah, that's why he doesn't have the armor stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we
And
got this whole new plot line, which we start to see why she's so ambitious and like so about this needing to go off properly. Apparently, she's
mhm.
in a fight for the company with her brother, who's a boxer.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really want to know what's up with like what started this beef between them.
Yeah, well, they mentioned the grandpa giving her ownership of the
Yeah.
company instead of him, so probably that's a big part. But
Yeah. It's like I wonder if there's anything deeper than that. I don't know.
there's probably I have no idea how they're supposed to get in now
Hmm
that they gave up that
Yeah.
match.
It's like maybe they could get a different match with someone else,
or
but
or it
then
comes out
I don't know.
like someone leaks what happened because we saw those
Hmm
kids sneak in, right? The other
Yeah.
kids, maybe they end up getting some dirt or something.
hmm
I feel like his blackmail is really weak though, because it's like, yeah, he
Yeah.
pulls all these things out, but you're gonna be dealing with that no matter what. Like at that point, instead of just giving up the match, I just go up. It's like, what's he gonna do? Lose the fight and then leak it, and you just say he's just a poor, like he's just a whiny loser. The fact that someone who's not even a registered citizen You're, like, this is supposed to be a worldwide event. There's so many people who cannot qualify who are better than your top fighters. Like, you can make that argument and just turn into this big, huge political thing, which would
Hmm.
become so scandalized and so publicized that they couldn't kick you out because it's like, if they do, there's riots. Like, the
Yeah.
slums will riot. Like, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And they're like, fixing matches. It's like, so you want to say you losing was a fixed match? You're gonna admit to being in a fixed
Yeah.
match too? Ruin. What about? Does that mean all of your matches are fixed? Like, it's going to dirty the like the
Hmm.
whole
Dude.
Megalobox sport no matter what, and you can twist it to make him look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, they just gave up, and it's like, dude, just keep fighting, just like bullshit your way through.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm also
Yeah,
curious
this
where he
is.
got that information from, though.
Yeah. It's weird that like he was able to find it and no one else has been able
And he,
to.
like, even know, like, oh, you were Junk Dog. It's like, this other dude
Yeah.
literally met him and, like,
Yeah.
fought, and he's like, so his name is Joe. It's like, he never told me his name. It's like, you did. This guy thought it was. Like, he knew the Junk Dog name. He didn't know he was an illegal immigrant or whatever.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, that's so weird that like I wasn't really expecting that to be a plot point because it seems like either like all these people that are really powerful, like the Shirado people, their whole board of directors, it seems like they would research their fighters that were going to be in the thing, and like that's the kind of information they would find.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
but
that's.
like, so I was expecting either a bunch of people to know about Joe's past or no one to know,
Mhm.
but for like this one dude to be have it and not everyone else, that seems odd. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Although, I mean, he's doing a ton more research than anyone else
Yeah.
because he's trying to fuck with his sister. But the one thing, they hadn't used it as a plot point or mentioned it in so long, and then they brought it up this episode. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be relevant. You don't just
Oh
bring
yeah.
that back up again.
Yeah.
They mention it like we got this far on a fake ID. I'm like, oh no,
Hmm.
that's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that they just gave up. I feel like in that situation, that's not what you do
Yeah.
because there's no other way back in. Like, you try getting in again, they'll just use the same thing again. Like, there's a spot where it's like you can't
Hmm.
get past this. You have to fight it.
Hmm.
Which
Yeah. I don't
maybe
know.
they'll do next episode. They'll make a big televised thing about it. It's like he forced us not to fight because we're technically this, and like just come out with it and like become
Hmm.
a huge PR smear campaign. And maybe what's her name can use it to be like, we said this is open to all fighters. How dare you, or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's the other thing too, where she's like, it's open for all fighters, just ones that use gear, which was also weird because then she plans to use them at the same time to beat her brother. So I don't know if
Hmm.
maybe that's supposed to like get their blood fired up, like that's supposed to be a challenge, like come on, you can try. Because
Hmm.
when she first said that, I'm like, oh, she's just gonna not let them get in. They're gonna have to do something big to get in. But then it's like, no, okay, well,
Yeah.
I misinterpreted that.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. This episode, I really like the sister. She had a lot of very good like scheming business
Yeah.
type stuff happen. Like when she and her brother were having a conversation, and he kept pausing, and the camera would like look at her, and she just had this straight face and wouldn't say a word. It's like, oh, that's good. Like you can tell she's like thinking real hard about
Yeah, you
what
like
he's
you can't
saying.
even read her lips,
Yeah.
type thing. Well, by camera, I thought you meant like security cameras.
Oh.
I missed that part. Like,
No,
there
it
could
was
be
just
something like that.
maybe I don't know, but yeah, it was just like
Calm,
they'd show her
collected.
be calm. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they're developing her character more because they were taking a while to get to it, and she's
Hmm.
kind of built as part of a villain. So it's like
Yeah.
nice to
She.
start to get more of the reasoning behind her like her motivations
Mhm.
and stuff.
Yeah. Especially since like in the first episode or two, it seemed like she was going to be a pretty major player in this, and then she
Yeah.
just kind of disappeared for a while.
Yeah, but she's back and
Yeah.
definitely gonna be a major player.
Hmm.
I don't know how much her brother will be because he got brought up really late. I feel like they're gonna deal with him in
Yeah.
maybe another 2 episodes, and then we'll go into the tournament.
Hmm.
Would be my guess.
Probably.
Wish.
Yeah. I wonder if like the sister is going to get involved with Joe and them and like help cover up his past or something, or
Maybe.
help spin it some way. I don't know.
Yeah. Make a big
Because
stink about her brother, like
hmm
maybe what's his name record it all and they're gonna leak it or something. I have no
hmm
idea how they're gonna take this from here anymore. Like it's just that wasn't something I
yeah,
was expecting to happen. That's not how I think someone should react in that situation. So I just
hmm
don't know what the like how you get out of that. How do you get past that? That's if it's that's one of those things. If it beats you once, there's not really a way to get past it. Especially if
hmm
that basically this was basically the match to get in. Like he's saying, like
hmm
yeah, the only other person who could maybe be running is for this guy everyone's talking about,
hmm
and he no shows.
yeah. I don't know. It's really weird. They're in a weird spot now.
Yeah,
Mm,
for sure.
Like I've got faith that they can that the writers will like they have a good plan for where this is going.
Yeah, the
But
writers have been
this is
fantastic so far. Like
yeah. It's like I think they can pull it off, but also this is a really weird turn of events that I don't know. It's just weird. I
yeah.
don't know.
We are only just past the halfway mark too, though, so that's the other thing. It's like there's a lot of
hmm
room still for it to go.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Mhm. Yeah.
Maybe he ends up with Yuri getting injured. They need an extra person. He takes Yuri's spot to like defend the company for what's her name.
Oh, that'd be
It's
weird.
weird. Yeah, I wouldn't be expecting it, but it could be really interesting how they try to like
Yeah.
spin that.
hmm
Because yeah, that's not something you expect, and it'd just be really different.
Yeah. It would be. Hmm. Hmm. And my last note here is I don't know why I had this thought, but in the middle of this episode, I had thought of this and it made me laugh a lot. It was Yuri on Ice, but with the boxer Yuri instead of the skater Yuri. Just recreate that show, but with the boxer character instead. That
Block. Which
yeah,
boxers? Oh yeah, Yuri is
yeah,
the main guy
Yuri,
here.
yeah. It's like what that. Oh
Yuri
no.
on fists.
Yeah.
Yuri on
Mm.
box. Who's his mentor that he's gay for?
Oh, I don't remember. I haven't actually seen Yuri on Ice. I don't know anything about it.
Oh no, I mean who would they be in Megalobox?
Oh.
Who would
Oh.
that be? Because it
Mm.
can't be the girl, because it's gotta be gay.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, if we're just talking within Megalobox, I would ship Yuri with Joe. Honestly,
Damn.
like thinking about it. I mean, that's the only thing I
Yeah,
could think of that makes any
hate.
sense. Yeah.
I mean, straight ships, of course. You would go him and the girl, but
Yeah.
you can maybe go
That seems.
him and her brother. Like, brother wins, he ends up being owned by brother
Mhm.
instead.
Yeah. That's actually why the brother wanted to be the head of the company, was so he could get closer to Yuri.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
We're giving so much fire to some fanfic writers right now.
Yeah.
There's not
It's
enough
good
female
stuff.
characters in this show. There's literally one.
Yeah.
Now that I think about
Yeah.
it, there's one.
I
That's
actually
kinda
had that exact
weird.
thought. It's like there were the motorcycle lesbians at the start of this episode, and then there's the sister whose name we don't even know or can't remember.
Yeah.
So, Shirado something.
Yukiko.
Yukiko.
But yeah,
There we
she's
go.
the only female character, which is
Yeah.
kind of weird because you'd think there'd be a bit more. Well, actually,
Yeah.
the kid with them might actually be a girl. There might be that
Yeah.
surprise twist, but
Yeah.
Sachio might
Yeah.
be like, oh,
It's-
Sachio's actually a girl.
Yeah. It is kind of a bummer that there's not more of a female cast in this.
Yeah, I don't know if that's me because it's like, well, it's sports. It's like there's usually girls
Yeah.
into sports.
Like.
Usually they fill a managerial role, which sucks. But like,
Yeah.
even Your Mushy Pedal has at least 3 girls in it. There's at least
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it kind of gets into the thing of like, well, it's boxing and combat sports are always divided by gender. So
Maybe,
like there's
but, like,
that, but I don't know.
you
But then
don't
it's
see,
the
like-
future and it's
You
weird.
don't see like any female like coaches
Yeah.
or any of that. Like again,
Yeah.
like you look at most of the big sports anime,
like-
it's like
There's
Yomoshi Pedal, at least 3
Yeah.
girls with decent sized roles. 4
Yeah.
Hikan Onoda's mom.
hmm
You look at Haikyuu, there's at least three. There's
Hmm.
the two managers, and then there's the head of the girls' club,
Hmm.
which is all more than one.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of want him to introduce more in this, but
It's
also
kind
I
of
feel like
late.
it's kind of yeah, it's kind of too late unless like one of the boxers that he has to fight in the future has like a lady
Female
manager.
coach or something. Yeah, like at least
Yeah.
they should be at least some more presence. Like
Yeah.
the only two girls I literally can remember seeing outside of Yukiko are the lesbians who are
Yeah.
calling lesbians, but are obviously actually just there to be sexual, like eye candy.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, I think it was the last episode there was like an announcer announcing the third fighter in the tournament, and that was a lady.
Oh,
But she had like two lines, so she barely
yeah.
counts. Yeah. But yeah.
That's the weak point of this show. Everything else is fantastic, but yeah, it could have a
Yeah.
bit more.
Yeah. More better representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all we have for this week, though.
Yeah. I think that's about it. So yeah, if you've been watching live, you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there at shenanimegans.moe, and you can see all the episodes we've ever done. And if you're watching this on YouTube already, you can go watch us live on Twitch on Monday nights at twitch.tv/Sasam, SASAM. And you can follow us on Twitter or at SasamBots and at That Guy Lastly.
Hey, we remember.
Hey, yeah, I got it. I had to stop and think for a second, but I
Yeah, it's
got
like, is it Lyrical
it.
Bot still? Which I'm
Yeah.
sad I missed that
Ah,
name. It was a
yeah.
good name. It was my Nanoha reference name.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can also join the Shenanimegans Discord at shenanimegans.moe/Discord. Yeah, /Discord.
Yeah,
That's the link.
I didn't touch the Shenanimegans Discord when I fucked up all my Discord stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
don't decide to
Yeah.
remake all your social media at 1 a.m. It's a bad idea. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
Pro tip to all you out there.
Mm. Yeah, and
Oh.
yeah.
I want to use this time briefly to talk about Omen Sight, which I
Oh.
didn't get to.
Oh,
I just
okay.
wanted to mention the fact that it was really funny that I got Omen Sight and the new Little Witch Academia game.
Mm-hmm.
They came out like within the same week, basically. I got them both. They're both Groundhog Day style games where you're repeating the same day. It's like
Oh.
deja vu. I thought I was done, and then go to the next year. I'm like, did I repeat a day? Like, what is this?
Wow. That's fine.
Yeah. Both games are pretty fun so far, though. But
Yeah. Cool.
Omen Sight is fantastic. Highly recommend. Go support
Yeah.
them.
Cool.
I'm talking about them whenever I can. Just go.
All right. Cool. So yeah, I think that's it for this week then.
Yeah, I think that's
Well,
it.
yeah, we'll see you next week with Shenanigans episode 8, Key episode 9, Megalobox episode 8. Yeah.
And whatever else we managed to
Yeah.
watch.
And anything else.
Yeah. Alright. Thank you very much, and take care.
We'll see you next week.